Very good morning, children. In yesterday's class, you learned about the different types of teeth present in the buccal cavity and what is the shape and what are the different functions carried out by the different teeth and dental formula you learned. So, the teeth are going to help in crushing, grinding and masticating of the food. Okay. So, only if that process is going to happen, then the food will not become soft. So how that softness of the food is going to happen in the buccal cavity means that is because of saliva. Saliva secreted by the salivary glands present in the buccal cavity, that is mouth. So now to know the action, saliva on what type of food items it is going to act and what are the end products of that action of saliva. So let us do an activity to know the action of saliva. So to know the action of saliva on the food items what we are eating. So we are going to conduct an activity. So it is important activity for your exam also. So we have to take a test tube and fill half of it with water and add flour, wheat flour or rice flour. We have to add to it and we have to stir it well. We have to add water and this wheat flour, wheat flour or rice flour, whatever we have taken, we have to stir it well with the help of spoon or glass rod, so that the flour is going to mix with water and we get the wheat flour solution or rice flour solution we got. So now what we have to do means we have to take that solution few drops on the watch glass and we have to put here two drops of this solution in the watch glass and we have to add 1 or 2 drops of iodine solution. Iodine solution. So we are going to add iodine solution with the help of stopper. We are going to add iodine solution with the help of stopper. So what will happen after a certain time? So we are going to observe change in color. So this solution is going to be changing to blue-black color. Blue-black color. So how this blue-black color is observed here means that is because of the presence of starch. So where the starch is present in the solution whatever we have taken in the test tube. So we have taken a test tube and in that we put some 1 or 2 spoons of wheat flour or rice flour we have taken and we have added it with water. We stirred it well. So we got the solution. So that solution few drops we have taken in the watch glass and with the help of stopper we have added 2 or 3 drops of iodine solution. So after a certain period of time the solution is changed to blue-black color. So that blue-black color is going to indicate the presence of starch. You know that all the cereals like rice, wheat or maize, jowar, they contain the important nutrient called starch, that is carbohydrate is present. So that carbohydrate example for carbohydrate is starch. So presence of starch is indicated with the help of iodine test. Is it clear to children? So now we got that starch is present in that. So we are going to conduct test. So what is the action of saliva on starch? Okay. So that is our activity now. So now we have done this activity to know that whether the starch is there or not and how we have tested means with the help of iodine test. If we did, we got the blue-black color which indicated the presence of starch. Now what we have to do means, so whatever the solution we got earlier which is made adding in a test tube water and flour. So this solution we have to divide into 2 equal halves. So we have to take we have to take another test tube and some amount of this is to be added here. Put in the another test tube. So now equal amounts we have taken in the test tubes. So to one of the test tubes, what we have to do? 1 spoon of saliva juice. Is it clear to you? So how we can collect means, so we have to, before we conduct this activity, we have to rinse our mouth and we have to keep the paraffin wax. Then if we press it, then the salivary glands are going to be activated and they are going to produce saliva. That saliva is collected in a beaker. So from that beaker, we have to take saliva of 1 or 2 spoons and to one of the test tubes we are adding. Is it clear to you? So one of the test tubes is added with 1 or 2 spoons of salivary juice. So other test tube without saliva, without salivary juice. Is it clear to children? So this test tube is added with the salivary juice and this test tube is not added with the salivary juice. Now these 2 test tubes, one with the solution, that is a flour solution and having salivary juice, another one wheat flour solution or rice flour solution without adding saliva. So after 45 minutes of the time, to both the test tubes, what we have to do means we have to add tincture iodine solution. Is it clear to you? So these 2 are added with the iodine solution. So iodine solution, if we are adding in these 2 test tubes, some changes will be seen. Is it clear to you? So no doubt here without saliva, blue black color, it will give starch is present, whereas here saliva is there and starch is there. So that that brings some change in the test tube. And why it is happening means the salivary juice contains an enzyme, digestive enzyme called salivary amylase. So the salivary amylase which is present in the saliva is going to act on the starch and it will help in converting it into simple form called sugars. Is it clear to you? So in that way, in our body also, the salivary juice whichever is secreted by the salivary glands. So in the buccal cavity we have 3 pairs of salivary glands, and these salivary glands are going to produce the digestive juice called salivary juice. Is it clear to you? So the salivary juice contains the enzyme called salivary amylase, and the salivary amylase will act on the carbohydrate part of our diet. Have you followed? So that carbohydrate part of diet, as that starch is present, so it will be changed. So the food is going to become slurry, soft mass in the buccal cavity. Is it clear to you? So because of that, the food will taste sweet taste. Apart from that, it will become easy for us to swallow the food. So here the bolus whichever is formed, it is slurry in nature and soft. So it will become easy for the swallowing. So that swallowing is under the control of nervous system, nervous coordination, especially that medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata in the brain is having center for controlling this process of the swallowing the food. Is it clear to children? So in that way, even here also that gland system, then the muscular system and the nervous system are helping in controlling and coordinating the process of digesting the starch content of the food with the help of salivary glands which are secreting salivary amylase digestive enzyme. So it will act on the starch content and convert it into sugars, and that mass of the food whichever is formed in the buccal cavity is called as a bolus. So this bolus, it increases that surface area, and as it becomes very much soft, it will become easy to swallow the food. So in that way, the food whichever is just ground and changed to the bolus is going to be entering into the further part of the digestive system, that is stomach, through the tube-like structure called esophagus. Esophagus. So the salivary amylase is going to break down the large molecules of starch into simple molecules called sugars, so that it will become easy to swallow the food. So apart from that, during mastication, food size is going to become very much convenient to swallow, and the saliva is going to change the medium of the food also. So we are taking different kinds of food items which are said to be acidic in nature or basic in nature. So that saliva will change medium of the food to the alkaline, and that alkaline action of saliva is going to help to bring the action of salivary amylase, which will help in acting on the starch content to change the food into, or to change the starch into the sugars. Is it clear to children? In this way, the saliva is going to help in masticating the food properly and making the food soft. Apart from that, the salivary amylase present in the salivary juice is going to change the medium of the food to alkaline, so that it will help in bringing the action of salivary amylase. Then another important point you have to know, what is that in daytime, sometimes after taking food, if we sleep, we observe what is that salivary juice oozing out of our mouth. Is it not, children? Whereas at night time it is not happening. Why it is not happening there like that? That is because human beings are very much actively working. All the metabolic activities are happening in the daytime. Is it clear to you? So human beings are said to be diurnals. Means active during daytime, whereas some animals are there, like bats are there, cockroaches are there, they are nocturnal, active at night time. So all the activities of the body are very much functioning actively at night time, whereas in human beings we are active at daytime. So that's why we are called as diurnals. Is it clear to you? So that is the reason in the morning time, when the people are taking a nap after having the lunch, what will happen means the salivary juice is going to be oozing. Why? Because it wanted to act on the food whatever we are taking. Is it clear to you? So as that food is not there when we are taking nap, so it oozes out of our mouth, whereas at night time it is not going to happen. So in our body we secrete 1 to 1.5 liters of salivary juice, saliva per day. So in a day, 1 to 1.5 liters of saliva we are going to secrete. Is it clear to children? So that is the importance of salivary juice, where it contains the salivary amylase enzyme, and it will act on the starch content of our diet, carbohydrate content of our diet, and it will convert that food into that sugars. So first change in the process of digestion, chemical change which is happening in the buccal cavity, is said to be because of saliva, which contains salivary amylase, which is acting on the carbohydrate and convert it into the sugars. That is the reason immediately after masting or grinding the food, that saliva will act on the food and soon we feel the sweet taste of the food. What is the reason? That is because of action of saliva on carbohydrates. Is it clear to you? So thank you. Tomorrow we learn about the esophagus and what are the parts and what type of movement is going to happen. All that we will discuss tomorrow. Thank you.